The new contract for Onyx facilities is great, but as is the case with anything new in Star Citizen, it has bugs. Given this contract takes an hour per run, and Wicklow is a greedy boy, I figured I would compile the bugs I've come across, the catalysts, and the workarounds, if there are any. I'll go through this in order of the contract's objectives, but first, let's go over deaths and how that works in a strange way in the Onyx facilities. If you have a medbed in a ship, you can spawn at said ship in the hangar. However, if you die to PvP, why? Res me, what the fuck was that shit, dude? We've been helping each other. Enjoy that crime stat, bud. It will auto-store your ship, break the medbed's capability of spawning at it, and just decides to wait, why did I spawn in what? Since when do you why? And then you'll spawn in the facility. This in turn sets your spawn back to your starting location. And my spawn set in the Apollo. If you spawn at your starting location, you will break the contract, no longer being able to finish it. Imagine having that happen on the final step just to find out that you wasted an hour of your time for nothing but some armor. I mean, not authorized. I am too authorized. What do you mean I'm not authorized? No way it bugged on me. So, to all of you dinkuses out there going into Onyx, killing on sight, stop that. Get some help. You gain nothing but a crime stat and the inability of finishing the contract you went down there to do. So, all you accomplish is disrespecting not only the other player's time, but your own. That all said, if you ever go down while in Onyx facilities, do not backspace. Ever. Just give it some time, and you will spawn within the facility. When spawning within the facility, it does not break the contract. Or at least, it hasn't for me. Your mileage may vary. One way to find out. Now that death is out of the way, starting off in the engineering wing, we have the first puzzle. I've found that it sometimes, after clearing the rocks, it'll allow you to close the pipe even though the rocks have regenerated. So, if you're having issues with being fast enough, this might help. I have encountered a pipe that refuses to close, but if you give it some time, it'll eventually sort itself out, hopefully. Thankfully, there hasn't been anything buggy with the coolant section. The batteries are always there and always snap into place. So, moving on to the reactor thingy. This one usually works, mostly. The main thing that breaks is the printer for the plasma cell module that you load into the center. If it does not pop one out where it's supposed to, no worries. One generates way down there for some reason. However, if you don't have a max lift on you, you'll have to descend into the abyss, which is fairly irradiated. I didn't personally time it, but depending on what you have on, you have maybe 1 minute tops to go down, grab it, and get out before you become a distant relative to Hancock. Sometimes it refuses the snap. If this happens, again, just give it some time, or have a buddy try to place it. Moving on to the reactor core room, my most hated room for this entire contract. This room, you have to clear the enemies, flip the switches, right? Well, sometimes it does one of two very irritating time-consuming things. One being it resets the switches, and you have to start from switch 1 all over again. You can tell when this will happen when you have to flip up the switch before down. Oh my god. God damn it. Well, case in point, every single time I have to lift the lever up, it ends up resetting the whole thing for some reason. 2 being the more annoying result, it will do the switch reset thing, then just when you're about to flip all the switches again, it decides, wait, you didn't put a plasma thingy into the reactor railgun doodad, so now you have to go all the way back and do that step all over again. Lovely. because this contract isn't time consuming enough, right? This is the worst of it over. Thankfully, there's no contract breaking bugs within the research wing that I know of. Sometimes you can skip over steps and just download the data without loading the biomass container or giving Sam his very twisted Groundhog Day scenario. Just some advice though, don't do the testing chamber catalyst. It is the most useless and serves no purpose, to the point Wicklow doesn't even want it, and we all know how greedy Wicklow is. Thankfully, in Site B, I have not come across any contract breaking bugs. Just take your time, low and slow. You don't want one of the NPCs to get a lucky shot and one-tap your dome out of nowhere. Those Zenith rifles are brutal no matter the armor you wear. Pro tip though, don't bother using the lateral moving platform, just hop over the railing and walk your way up. You can take it slower and pluck out the snipers as you progress a lot easier. That's what I prefer to do personally. You do you. I will be grinding this throughout the week, live, so if you want to pop in the stream, by all means. Wicklow is a greedy boy because he wants 36 total, and I have 27 more to go in order to get all the stuff that he has available for me to unlock. I'm so excited. If there are any bugs I missed, let me know. These are just the ones I've personally ran into and figured out what to do about those. A lot of them you just have to give it time, but there's no real avoiding them, just enduring them. Appreciate you watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it may be for you, and I will see you guys live or in the next video.